Good evening, everyone, and welcome back for another SES software stream. If you join us for the first time, good to see you, everyone. Well, today we've got a treat for you because we're taking a look at the Cruising Louisiana Water Trucks event, as you saw there from the wonderful trailer with some pretty banging music. I gotta say, I do love that. We've got a lot of people in the studio today. We've got a full house. Check this out. Some faces we haven't seen in a little while. And well, it's good to have you all here. Let's get around the room. First of all, my name is Alex. I'm your community manager here at SES Software. And maybe let's go around the room and get everyone to introduce themselves, because usually I'm introducing everyone. Let's start off with Mark. Go ahead, Mark.
Well, you just said my name. I'm Mark.
I said your name. Sorry.
I like to
He's
party. I'm a vehicle production
man.
coordinator here at SES and the vehicles team. That's pretty much it.
Good to have you back, man. It's been a little while.
So hey, I'm Katya, and I'm a junior game designer and helping with mainly with water events. Yeah, happy to be here.
Good to have you here as well.
Hi everyone, I'm Gavin. I'm a game designer, and of course I work on the events, and it's lovely to see you all again, and looking forward to hitting the highways with you.
Yeah, it's not the first time we've had you both on the stream before. Gavin, it's good to see you again, as well as Katya as well, and of course Mark. Looking lovely there in your colorful t-shirts. I did not get the memo, by the way. Nobody told me we were wearing colorful t-shirts. I went with black, and you guys got the blue and the nice like pinky red. I like that.
Dude, it's turquoise, mate.
It's good. Oh, turquoise. Sorry.
It's not pink, it's light red.
Sorry, getting specific. Light red. Okay, maybe my monitor's a little bit off in the colors. I don't know. But of course, talking all about Cruising Louisiana, of course, the DLC which released not too long ago on the 4th of December. So that was what? Last week. It's been a week already since the release of Louisiana. And well, this event's been popping off already. Lots of you already been hitting the roads. But just in case you're not too sure about this event or how to join in with it, or you've maybe not even heard of it, then we're going to fill you in. So, well, who wants to take the lead here? Is this something for Gavin or for Mark? Or who wants to take the lead on going through the event a little bit?
Should we do rock, paper, scissors? Or
rock, paper, scissors?
I'll just give you a quick intro. So it's for the Cruising. It's our supporting event for the DLC release of the state of Louisiana, also known as the Pelican State. And we've got 11 beautiful cities available within the state, and you've got a personal goal and a community goal. And for your personal goal, you need to complete deliveries to or from 10 of these cities. And for the community goal, we need to we've asked the community to cover 125 million miles during their deliveries, and then that will have achieved the community goal. So we've got some wonderful rewards. Maybe Katya can talk a little bit about the rewards.
Please do.
Yeah. So first we got a paint job, Southern Wings paint job. It was beautifully painted by Michal Vondrace.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's lovely.
It's lovely.
Painting
Yeah.
that one.
I love this. Yeah, it reminds me of, like, you know, the sunset when you are driving through the Louisiana, you know, and just beautiful. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, the water as well.
Yeah,
You can see the water there.
exactly. Just beautiful. Yeah, Michal is so talented when it comes to the paint job. So great job on that. Really.
I'll give a shout out to Tomsa for the screenshot as well, because he's got the pelicans in the background there.
Yeah, of course.
Found them in the map.
Oh, I didn't notice.
Yeah.
Nice.
and everything. Very nice. Yeah.
Nice. Perfect.
Or actually, Benny, do you know if this was Tomsa or David who took this screenshot?
I think it was Tomsa.
Tomsa,
Yeah. And then we've got the community reward.
Yeah, yeah, of course. Then we've got the hanging item. Yeah, the Golden South pennant.
Yes, this is an icon that iconic what do we call this? I forget.
Fleur de lis?
Yeah.
Fleur de lis?
Yeah,
Fleur de lis.
Fleur de lis,
yeah,
yes.
Sorry.
It's,
it's
a reflection of the culture and heritage of the state of Louisiana. And we thought that it was a lovely nod to the culture and the history. And a lot of people will recognize it instantly. And so that's the hanging pendant. It looks very charming. And of course, you'll get that.
Well.
You'll get that once the community has achieved the goal, but only after you've achieved your personal goal yourself.
Very important to note. Absolutely, yeah. And that gold color as well looks lovely on there, because that is like the colors of Louisiana, right? They're purple and gold is like their main kind of color scheme over in Louisiana, I believe, if that's correct. You know, you see it all around all the different festivals and even at their university as well. So we're taking a look at the progress. This is where you can track it at. It's at worldoftrucks.com. As you can see here, 36 million miles has been driven so far since the release, which is pretty good. I know a lot of you have already been quite occupied with the other event that's sitting below it, Nordic Horizons, which has been, of course, really popular. But hey, now is the time. Now that community is done, you can come over to Louisiana, hop the pond, and come give some help here at Louisiana. So
it's pretty impressive, I must say, for Nordic Horizons to have been achieved so quickly.
Absolutely.
And I think Louisiana is not going to be trailing too far behind.
No, not at all. And we're already seeing that progress-wise, and hopefully this weekend and with the holidays coming up, hopefully we're going to see quite a bit of a buzz around Louisiana. I actually completed my event, my jobs yesterday. I was trucking around Louisiana in the evening, so that was a lot of fun. But here's also another place where you can check it out. Here in game, very handy. Thanks so much for bringing that up. On your main menu, of course, if you're on the latest version of the game, you can just click over there on the right. And just underneath my face. My face isn't in the game, but it is there. It is there.
Yeah, actually, what you're looking at there is it's a reasonably new addition to the user interface, which was created specifically to assist people on their cruising events, so that they could see precisely what cities they've been to and delivered to, and which ones were remaining. So it's helped people a lot. And Kate and Comat are the programmers that have implemented this. It's also on the widget on the right-hand side as well. So if you close the main live events window and you mouse over on the widget on the right-hand side, you'll see a pop-up there. And so there's a little handy tooltip for you to be able to quickly see your status with the events. Very, very cool thing. It's very handy as well. Community.
Yeah, because when I was trucking literally the other day and doing my part in the event as well, you know, I was looking for, okay, where do I need to head to next? Where can I go? Because it is also very important to note that with these contracts that you're finding in World of Trucks, number one, that you do need a World of Trucks account. It's completely free to sign up at worldoftrucks.com.
It's completely free to sign up for worldoftrucks.com. Sorry, Alex, we lost you there for a second. I thought I'd fill in for you.
Sorry, yeah, thank you. I don't know why I suddenly froze there. So yeah, very important to do that. Thank you, Mark. But number two as well, that the job minimum is 100 miles. Is that correct? There's a minimum job delivery. Yes. So that's another very important. So you got to kind of strategically plan your kind of way around Louisiana, because you know some places are a bit closer than others. So you want to try maybe go in and out of the state a little bit, or go a bit further up north, a bit south to get that 100-mile minimum in. And you can find that, again, the trip distance up there.
Yes, of course. So you can see the trip distances. And if you're not sure, you can go back and check the logbook in your World of Trucks profile on worldoftrucks.com, and you can go and see the distances traveled for your jobs.
Yep. So it's everything you need really is in one spot, and I think it's fantastic that we have that. Big shout out to everyone that's kind of made that happen in terms of bringing that sort of UI and tracking in game. It's just made it so much easier to kind of track things, especially when there is multiple events going on at one time, which often does happen. So really
every little bit helps
together. Absolutely. So plan today, Mark, we're going to hit the road, of course, in Louisiana, right?
We are. I already picked out a load here, so it's going up to Shreveport. We're in New Orleans right now. So that'll be a nice haul through pretty much the entire width and length of the state.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. I mean, there's some beautiful spots around the state. I'm looking forward to seeing where we end up today. Yeah. And lots of industries as well. I've learned a lot about Louisiana as I've been trucking around. And, I heard maybe you brought some facts as well to the table about Louisiana.
Yeah, we've got a few facts. We've also got a little bit of lore here since Mark's on his way. Mark's on his way, and he's traveling through the beautiful state of Louisiana. I mean, he's rolling down the long open highways of Louisiana. You can't help but feel the state reach out and shake your hand like an old friend. You know, the state unfolds like a living postcard. Sunrise, spilling over quiet bayous, cypress forests draped in Spanish moss, and historic towns where architecture, music, and cuisine reflect centuries of French, Spanish, and Creole influence. And from the cab of your truck, folks in small towns wave as if they've known you forever. So, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
A little bit of it. I mean, you can hit catch out for some random fun facts
Yeah.
Maybe we can come up with get some questions from the live audience, or we can just randomly stick some facts out here. But this one here, I think, is quite a cool one. So
Yeah, about the New Orleans? Yeah. It's true, yeah. It's widely recognized as the birthplace of jazz.
Yeah.
Home to legends like Louis Armstrong and iconic venues such as Preservation Hall.
yep,
Yeah,
Preservation Hall. Yeah.
nice. And I like the fun fact about the gators also.
Oh, what's that one?
That
Oh yeah.
in some areas, Louisiana has more alligators than people.
Yeah.
That's
crazy.
slightly terrifying.
Yeah.
It's a little bit scary. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I've only really ever seen an alligator or crocodile kind of behind glass in a zoo or something. So to see that many in the wild must be quite a sight. But that's interesting. I did not know that. Thank you for bringing some of those facts. I'm sure we'll come back to you for more of them as well. But I kind of want to maybe pick your brains a little bit on the kind of work on cruising Louisiana and where it all kind of began. How long ago did you start working on this event?
Well,
We started it quite early, didn't we? Because
yeah.
we've had 7 events this year, and
Wow.
we haven't finished them all yet, of course. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. But we've also had plenty of other things on our table in the design team to be able to work on. So we had high priority on trying to rack 'em and stack 'em, as you would say. So we carried out a lot of the preliminary lore and rewards and rules. We carried a lot of that production out earlier on in the year. So we probably started this something like March.
Yeah, some early spring, I guess.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah. To prepare the concepts for the rewards and so on.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we're always trying to get ahead of the ball now. with
Yeah,
events.
of course. I mean, there's a lot going on, as production kind of ramps up here at the offices, with more people in offices than ever working away. We're obviously seeing a few more releases as well with that. And you gotta plan ahead, of course. And of course, it's not just as simple these days with World of Truck events of here's the law, go do it. There's a lot of planning that goes on behind the scenes, a lot of research, a lot of time. I'm sure, both of you can share experiences on that. I'm sure you've had countless meetings and brainstorming and all sorts when it comes to, what kind of awards there should be, how to theme around it and stuff.
It's an iterative process. Katja worked primarily on the research and iteration of the rewards, and I was sort of like in the background, keeping an eye on things. But Katja did a superb job. So I think hats off to Katja, done very well. Working with the vehicles team and by the way, shout out to Wolfka for making the Golden South hanging item, the fleur de lis.
Yeah.
So by the way, in case you didn't already notice, we also had the famous special. Boudreaux, the bear, which technically speaking, he's not a cruising event reward. He's more of what we call a special reward for taking part in the World of Trucks online economy with having purchased the DLC. So it's more like just a special thank you for taking on the DLC and carrying out your first delivery. But of course you have to do it to a special city.
Yeah.
Which we have to figure that out. We have to figure out, well, where's the most logical place where you would associate the Louisiana black bear?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I was said that the black bears are usually you can find them usually like around the rivers, and this one particular, I think it was somewhere around Baton Rouge or
Baton Rouge,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
right.
yeah.
Yes.
That's the one, yeah.
Yeah, and the bear, it's right behind Alex right now.
It
I
is.
guess. Yeah.
Oh, wait, this way. Sorry. No, wait, opposites. There we go.
Yeah, which, by the way, I was just telling Mark Mann about a story of my grandfather when he was out, decided to go chasing after a bear with a rifle while he was driving home in Canada, by the way. And he went out looking for the bear in the snow, and he turned around to his son, my uncle, in the truck, and he said, "Where's the bear? Where's the bear?" And my uncle, a little boy, he stuck his head out the window of the truck and he said, "Do you mean the one that's behind you?"
Oh my goodness, that's terrifying. Well, luckily for me, this one, he seems pretty friendly. He doesn't seem like he's going to be clawing or anything. He seems to be pretty chill, sat there. And I got to say, I do love it. It's quite a large plush that actually sits in your truck.
Yeah, we wanted it, the bigger the better.
Ever, right?
We wanted to get a whopper this time because, I mean, it's just so appealing to have such a lovely big bear.
But at the start, I think we were thinking actually about, to make a cup, just a small bear,
Yeah.
like a baby bear. But then we decided, why not? Why can't we just make a, huge bear?
Yeah. I think Wolfka was very happy that we...
With external contracts and external freight market as well. So make sure you are always connected to that. But if you're cruising Louisiana, then you shouldn't have a problem at all. And at some point, you're definitely going to come across it. So it's definitely a nice little passenger to have.
And don't forget, people always seem to be asking the question, how do I get my rewards? Well, you have to log into your World of Trucks account, and you have to go to your My Profile page and then go to the events page and then click redeem your rewards there. So that's how you get it. And then it'll be given to you as a Steam inventory item.
Good question coming in from our chat here. This is coming in from Truckin' Jimmy on our Twitch chat, and they're asking, is the bear reward time limited like the event? So you can only earn the bear during the event length?
No, the bear reward continues on if after the event has concluded, if memory serves. At least that's as far as my memory my memory has it. It used to be that way. The events are lasting 2 months.
They are. They're going on for quite a while.
I think that the bear will continue on. There's actually an interesting question. Comet will know the answer to this, and he's not here with us. So
maybe we should bring him next time.
Yeah, maybe we'll bring him next time.
I mean, he would be a very interesting guest to have on the show. I don't think we've ever had him before on the stream, have we? I don't think we have. So,
but in any case, there's 2 months to get the bear, so at least. So plenty of time.
Loads of time, all the way into February 2026, which doesn't seem too that far away, but that's still a good couple of months to get started. And I'm sure lots of you will over the holidays as well. But yeah, love the rewards. And when it comes to Louisiana and doing the cruising events, what else would you say some of the biggest challenges you face? Is it just trying to come up with new rewards that the biggest challenge, or is there other things that come in your way? Well,
cruising events, they're supportive events for the DLC, so most of the hard work is in creating the DLC, and then of course that's done by the map teams and their creative and technical expertise. So what we're doing is we're communicating with them. We're trying to find out as much as we can about what are the attractive areas, what deserves highlighting, what do we think the players will be most interested in, and we try to therefore include that in the lore and in the blog posts that we write to draw people's attention to the different places to visit and stuff like that. So it's a case of conducting our research based on a lot of the research that's already been done by the research department and the map developers, and we iterate with them to try and get as informed as we can. So most of the work, luckily for us, is already done in that regard.
Maybe I would mention that sometimes it's pretty hard to choose, because sometimes mappers get really good ideas, for example for achievements, and it's really hard to choose the best of them, because there are so many good ideas, but we cannot have all of them. Yeah. So that's maybe the most challenging thing for me.
Yeah. Trying to please all of the developers, because everyone's got such creative ideas. and everyone wants to, especially those people that have worked directly on the DLC, they want to see their efforts shine and come to the forefront, and we're constantly trying to make sure that not just the player but also the developers are feeling well represented and satisfied with the DLC. So that's the purpose of these cruising events, which is to try to make make it shine as best as possible and make it an enjoyable experience as well, a welcoming, enjoyable experience for the players.
Well, we've already seen so many great comments and feedback from our community using that hashtag Cruising Louisiana, which is our hashtag you can use across all of the socials to share photos, videos, and comments. Of course, they're very important for us to see and read and share. I've been sharing quite a few of them across our channels. And of course, as well, we'd love to hear from you if you're all enjoying Louisiana. And please feel free to leave a Steam review on the Steam store page, because it will be really appreciated by our teams. And for everyone that already has left some feedback or comments or positive reviews, then we really appreciate you all already. It does mean a lot to us. So, but yeah, hands up in the chat. How many of you have already been taking part in the Cruising Louisiana event? And how many of you have already completed your personal goals? Let us know in the chat. Let me get some hands up. Oh, Gavin has. I did it yesterday. I finished mine yesterday. It was a lot of fun. We got a few coming in. Already finished mine.
Show us the hands. Show us the hands.
Complete. There we go. Got
Completed. Congrats.
Got mine.
Nice.
Did mine on December 5th. I like to see that. Completed.
Very
done.
good.
YouTube chat as well. Okay.
Can I chime in on a fun fact? And of course,
Please do.
We only deal with facts here, so this is a fun
Only
fact.
facts.
Haunted history. New Orleans is one of America's most haunted cities. This is a fact. Famous sites like the La Laurie Mansion, St. Louis Cemetery, number 1, the Bourbon Orleans Hotel. Yes, those are examples. So,
Okay.
unless anybody knows that their state where they live is more haunted, but they have to provide proof, you see.
We need straight, cold, hard facts. That's what we need. Mark, have you
Nothing but
been
facts.
Have you been to Louisiana in real life before, Mark? Have you been trucking through there before?
Yeah, plenty
Have
of
you
times.
seen a ghost?
Never seen any ghosts.
No ghosts.
No.
Ah,
Just
nothing
me in the
haunted
wintertime
of
when
a
I don't have a tan anymore, you know. But other than that,
So for someone that has been through Louisiana quite a few times, is quite a lot of this recognizable to you when you're trucking here in game right now?
yeah, I mean, I really want to get to the point. Those long bridges, those are like, that's like the number one memory I have in my head, because I used to do a lot of loads down to Houston, and we would pick up in Mobile, Alabama, so we'd have to drive right across the breadth of Louisiana on I-10. So I remember driving over those bridges for just miles and miles and hours and hours. But yeah, I've done loads to southern New Orleans. I've done loads to Shreveport before. We used to have a lot of steel going into Shreveport. So I've been through the state quite a few times. And yeah, it's looking great in game.
Hey, that's great to hear. And have you been over the Causeway before?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking. Oh no, the Causeway. That's the one
The
north
big
of New Orleans, right?
That's the huge, like 30-mile one or whatever it is. It just goes
Yeah,
on
I have
forever
not
and
been
ever.
over that.
Ah,
Because
I wanna go
usually
over it.
when we're coming in, like from Canada, just the way we end up coming in, end up coming in from the east. So we end up just staying on what is it, I-110 or something like that.
something like that. Oh. You're on the 10 right now.
Because that's the Causeway. So I guess we just come in on 10.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, it's been a while.
It's been a while.
2 years now in Prague for me, eh?
Wow. Time is flying. It's flying, yeah. I mean, I've learned a lot from the state. It's not a place that I've ever got the chance to visit before. I doubt either of our guests have. Gavin, Chad, I don't think have you been to Louisiana, either of you, before?
No, I haven't been to
No?
Louisiana. I would love to.
Yeah, it looks beautiful, doesn't it?
That's
Yeah, I
beautiful
mean,
state.
Yeah.
Actually, while
Yeah.
we're on the bridge here.
check that out. A steamboat back there. Look at
Nice.
that. Beautiful.
I mean, I would love to check out the food there. I would love to try the crawfish, which is fun fact.
Here we go. Here it comes.
It's the crawfish capital of the world, by
Is
the
it
way.
actually?
Yes.
Wow.
There's a place called Tick 4 and another called Cutoff. And Louisiana is home to Raugaro, a legendary swamp werewolf. And I'm not sure what else. I think I'm getting lost here, but
A little bit, it seems.
but I love crawfish. But in New Zealand, I think we call crawfish just not lobsters. We call them
Shrimp?
oh gosh, now I'm embarrassing. I can't think of the word. It's on the tip of my tongue.
Crawfish,
Crayfish?
but with a Kiwi accent?
Crayfish.
Oh,
Yes.
Crayfish.
Yes.
Yeah.
We call them crayfish because the crayfish in New Zealand don't have the pincers, and I think that's what crawfish are, aren't they? Without the pincers.
Yeah.
Because the lobsters have the pincers. Yeah. So,
Dang.
and they
Got a
cost
few
a
people in the
fortune
chat,
to
yeah.
buy, but they're absolutely delicious. It's like one of my
Also, we
favorite.
call them crawdads or crawdaddies. What is that an actual fact?
Really?
Crawdads? Is that a thing? Where's that coming from?
Crawdad?
Crawdad? I've never heard of that one before. That's a new one to me. Love that. Yeah, I mean, a lot of culture down in Louisiana, like you said earlier, one of the facts, birthplace or considered to be the birthplace of jazz music. Of course, you got some of the festivals that happen around there, a lot of history, and of course, hot sauce.
Oh yeah.
Hot sauce, Avery Island, right? I mean, we got that in the game.
Yeah.
Really an awesome place to visit. I definitely would visit there. And I think that's what always surprised me about each state that we get to in American Truck Simulator. There's always something new that I learn. You know, you always have these kind of unfortunate stereotypes in your head that it's just going to be a boring kind of farm kind of state, and it's not. There's so much to see, a lot of surprising things around the corner, and Louisiana is no exception, for sure. So it's great to see everyone enjoying the event in game. Honestly, it's great to see, and the awards and everything are really fantastic. Love the paint job. We definitely got to get it for the Let's Play profile if we can. We've got time until next year, so we'll see if we can get it.
Actually, I'm just reading here that so they have the love bugs in Louisiana. I mean, when I was living in Florida, they had the love bugs, and boy oh boy, they're a problem when you're driving this. They just smash all over your car, and they're big, and it's quite a nightmare driving with those things. I don't
Love
know if you
bugs.
have them anywhere else.
Your windshield wipers
never heard of
become
them.
almost useless.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, we're turning here.
I have not heard of those. Is
That would
like
be an interesting
base
mod.
specific?
Interesting mod to make would be to simulate love bugs smashing into your windshield.
They tend to swarm, and especially during certain seasons, they become like really prevalent. And
Oh,
when you
really?
go through them, you cover the front of your vehicle. It's yeah.
It's quite dangerous, actually.
Yeah.
I think if you're not careful. Yeah.
It'll top
So-
up that fluid. Yeah, no, I've not heard of that one before. I think we just get horse flies is the worst that we get over here in the UK. Those big old flies, but that's about it. really.
Yeah. They've
Yeah.
got them over here in the Czech Republic as well. They bite you and they hurt.
Yeah. Not so nice.
No.
Not so nice. Luckily, we don't have to deal with them in game. That's for sure. And of course, something else that you can do while you're trucking around Louisiana, you can check out some of the photo trophies and landmarks, and there's lots of viewpoints as well for you to discover, which is a really cool feature when you're trucking around and looking around and exploring a little bit. You can kind of collect them in a photo album, which I think is really nice as well. I've heard these are quite common in Louisiana, by the way. We got told this is very accurate. There's lots of lawyer billboards.
This is
down
quite
in
common
Louisiana.
all over the U.S. but
It's all over the US, yeah.
Oh, is it the US in general?
Yeah,
okay. I thought it
lawyers.
was a Louisiana thing.
Yes.
And why is that?
hurt in a car, call William Batar.
I don't know why that is. I'm not going to presume to be able to answer that question. But it's definitely something that you see a lot of, yeah.
Yeah.
The other phenomenon that I saw when I was in Orlando was at the and it may even be in Louisiana. Maybe if somebody's driven in Louisiana, they would know if they do this as well. But at the traffic lights, if there was a grass verge at the traffic lights, they would put dozens, if not hundreds, of little flags on wires into the grass, and the flags would have there'd be a piece of paper about this big, and they would have little advertising written on them. Call this number for whatever.
Garage door
Call this
replacement
lawyer.
or something. Yeah.
You need a lawyer.
That's all over North America. That's common in Canada
and
too.
they put these little flags into the grass everywhere, and it's quite interesting.
I mean, those factories and stuff where they print them must make a lot of good money off of the businesses out there making all these little flags to go everywhere. That's pretty fun. Yeah. So, but yeah, no. Getting back on World of Trucks as well, I did want to ask a little bit about the team. How big was the team that was kind of working on this event? Was it a larger team at the time, or?
No, it's a fairly modest team, to be perfectly honest. I mean, we for a cruising event, it probably involves, it will be involving 3 programmers, Comet, Sheepuck, and Max. It'll be involving 2 artists, vehicles team artists, typically either Tomasz or Michal, and then maybe the 3rd artist would be Wolfka, working on the rewards. And then we have the marketing and banners creation, and that's Marek or sometimes Filip or sometimes Branyo as well,
so,
working on the banners. So anywhere between 1 to 3 different artists working on the banners. And this year, Katja was doing the design side of the event, and I was assisting her. So I guess you could say 1.5 designers.
You're my beautiful assistant.
Yes, I was.
I love that.
So I mean, that's a reasonably small team, I think. They get much bigger for other projects.
I can imagine. Yeah, and so maybe you take us through a little bit of a timeline, kind of start to finish. What's kind of like the process? Where does it begin and how does it end in terms of creating an event? Is it like just start with the idea of, okay, we're going to do a cruising event, and then
with cruising events, it's a little bit different to other events like the Halloween and the Christmas events. With the cruising event, it starts with research. So it starts with research on the culture and the economics, and also it starts with talking with the lead of the DLC and discussing how many cities there will be, so that we figure out what sort of economy we want to use and what sort of rules we want to. We try to get the rules locked in as early on as we can, so that there's no surprises for for Sheepak to be doing the economy. And then we do a little bit of data analysis for projections. So we work with Comet on looking at World of Trucks numbers of registries for World of Trucks, so that we have an anticipation of how many people will be signing up to World of Trucks, and so that we forecast an estimate of how many people we think will be playing the game, and how many people we think will be buying the DLC, so that we don't make it too big and we don't make it too small, because the goal is for it to reach a completion for the community within an acceptable time frame, so that it doesn't drag out too long, and also we don't want it to finish too early either. So it's a little bit of voodoo, it's a little bit of black magic, but it's also a lot of analysis, it's a lot of understanding. You've got to understand the map. You've got to understand what the map represents, the culture, the economy, and then from there, then you continue on and you create. Wakacha was creating research and options for all of the different rewards and all of the different paint job ideas for the trucks, and then we iterate that with key product owner stakeholders and also with the vehicles team, until we come up with an agreement and a way forward that is technically acceptable for implementation for all of the trucks as well. Because when you get these rewards, they need to be applied to all of the trucks, not just one truck. And so you need to be able to massage the level of fidelity that you want to put into a paint job so that it's not too difficult to apply to all of the trucks. So, you know, there's a little bit of give and take there. So,
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
And actually, I wanted to touch on the rewards because I had a question of when it comes to the rewards, are you trying to just think of a couple of themed rewards like the hanging and the bear, for example, or the paint job, and make it a bit easier? Or do you think of loads of items that could possibly be a reward and then you have to cut it down? And if so,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
Loads of rewards,
Definitely.
and it's loads of rewards, and it's probably a 10-to-1 ratio. So something
really?
like this. Yeah. Yeah.
10-to-1. Wow. Okay. It makes me interested in what didn't make the cut, but maybe we won't tease that because maybe some people would like other things. I don't know, but it must be pretty fun searching for kind of rewards. Would you say that's a fun part of the job, Katja?
Yeah, it's great. You know, I love this. Usually, it's also, you know, pretty hard to choose because usually we are choosing from the state animals, and you know, just the animals which are kind of representing the state.
But it's not that easy because sometimes
Yeah.
state number 1 has the same state animal as state number 2.
Yeah,
So
that's
we have to
true.
diversify, you know,
And especially in America, right? Because you know, the animals can be, you know, the same or similar to the states which are nearby.
Yeah.
So yeah, but you know, in this Louisiana case, we, you know, haven't got any issues with choosing, and the pelican was, you know,
I think it was perfect.
yeah.
And by the way, have you guys seen pelicans up close? You know how big those things are?
You know what?
Wow,
Funny enough,
they're-
I have.
It's like Jurassic Park. I mean, those things are enormous.
They are really big. We have actually, funny enough, in London, there's a very famous park that sits in front of Buckingham Palace where the royal family is residing sometimes. And it's called St. James's Park. And for some reason, in St. James's Park, they have I don't know what you call a numerous amount of pelicans. A group, a gang, I don't know what you want to call it. A gang of
Flock.
pelicans, right? Of what? Is that, I don't know what you call it, but you know, you get the idea. There's probably about 5, 10, 15
Hey,
pelicans.
Tony, you been hanging
Yeah.
out with that gang of pelicans again?
Which is really weird to me because, I don't know, I just feel like pelicans...
They're
for some
no
reason,
good,
you don't see them
Tony.
inside. Because where else do you find pelicans in Europe? I mean, they're common in like Greece or something like that. I don't know if they're like, you can find them in some interesting places in Europe, but not in London of all places. I'm not really too sure of the lore behind that one. So, but yeah, I've seen them up close there. They get a bit feisty with the pigeons over food, by the way. There's a very famous video online of a pigeon suddenly disappearing in front
Yes,
of a
don't
pelican.
go there. Don't go there.
Just to give you an idea how big their mouths are.
Suffice
So,
it to say that pelicans eat almost anything.
they really do. But they're impressive. They're very graceful when they're flying, and you know, just an impressive creature to look at. And I had no idea that they were residing in Louisiana. I mean, they must enjoy the heat, right? I mean, but I didn't know they were in Louisiana, pelicans even. So yeah, that's pretty cool to see.
Yeah. So how we doing on this journey?
Oh, we're doing good. What do we got left here? 90 miles.
So how far?
90 miles.
What percentage are you?
Done? What do you
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Like 80 to 90%?
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So, very good.
I want to say the vegetation is looking really good. When we were on some of the side roads back there, like I saw some weeping willows, some like really nice like you know, moss-covered trees and stuff like that. Even the flowers on the side of the road. I don't know if they're actually flowers or weeds, wildflowers or weeds, but it's looking really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is very, very pretty. And we actually talked a bit on our release stream with one of our special guests who was involved in kind of like researching the vegetation and everything. And it was really, really interesting. And their only dream was that they could include so much more, because apparently there's so much variety out in Louisiana when it comes to vegetation. But of course, our game engine does have limits. We've got to think about the player and their performance and everything. So finding that balance is always hard. But all I got to say is that if you love the flowers and the trees and everything, one place you definitely got to find is that there's a little road that's off the map somewhere near Avery, or in Avery Island, that you should definitely go check out and find, because it leads you to some pretty beautiful gardens.
Should we do it? We
It's
got
very,
20
very
minutes.
nice.
We can get there.
So what's Avery? Are we going down south?
Sounds like we might visit them.
Yeah, you can see a lot of wildlife down there as well. Yeah, there's a lot.
Because Louisiana
so much wildlife.
is a place where every mile brings a new story, every stop reveals a new flavor, and the road itself becomes part of the adventure. So allow yourself a moment to look a little closer and fall a little deeper in love with the soulful, unmistakable magic of the Pelican State.
I'm sold.
So glad we got a Gavin poem.
I know.
I was a little worried there that it wasn't going to happen.
Someone in the chat was asking if Gavin should have like a new title of like official storyteller in SCS or something like this because
But
he does it so well.
I'm just trying to not fall into a totally incorrect, cheesy, and cringeworthy Louisiana fake accent.
Yeah, those are hard to reproduce, I'm sure. We got anybody from Louisiana watching, by the way? Lawmaster. That's a really cool title. Like a game master or something. Lawmaster, I like it. Anyone from Louisiana watching in the chat? Let's get a show of hands if anyone is. That's gone a bit quiet. You still with us, chat? I hope they are. I'm sure they're enjoying it. Asian Strapped on our YouTube saying, I love the accurate botany. You guys added lots of crepe myrtle, palmettos, cane fields, huge live oaks, etc. You can recognize vegetation. That's great. All the different kind of seeds and biomes and species. That's awesome. From Canada. Okay. You've got Canada and we got Arkansas in the chat.
Yeah,
Doesn't
Arkansas.
seem like anyone from Louisiana today.
He's from Canada, Louisiana.
Oh, Canada, Louisiana. Sorry.
Yeah.
I thought it was just like a little typo at the end there.
Or he's from Canada, LOL.
L. Maybe.
I'm not sure because there's some there is a Canada.
Is there a Canada in Louisiana?
There's a few towns named Canada in the U.S. Yeah. Like there's Ontario, California, for example, which is really annoying because the short form for Canada is CA, and also for California it's CA. So if you see a truck and says Ontario CA on there, you have no idea what that means.
Yeah.
So technically, when we said we're going to Canada, we weren't lying. We were in Louisiana, right? Already made it, done it. That's a great people from the chat. We got people watching from Europe and America. There we go. We got Mad Laugher. I'm from Louisiana. Love seeing some of my familiar roads the other night in my first trip in Louisiana. Love to hear that. Glad to hear you're enjoying it and checking out the state as well. Appreciate you coming in. First time chatter as well. Thanks for coming in. By the way, chat, if you do have any questions for either one of our guests, anything World of Trucks related, please do feel free to drop them in the chat. Gavin or Catcher would love to read them. Or maybe if you have a question for Mark too. Maybe you're wondering what kind of shirt he's wearing, or his hat, or who knows.
Don't ask me questions.
how he trims his beard so well, who knows?
I paid someone this time.
Oh, did you? Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't even know it was going to turn out. Like Rumcha just gave them a picture, and I was just along for the ride. So.
All right. Well, let's see.
I have a question.
Please, Mark.
When did World of Trucks start, and what was the original kind of like mission statement behind it?
Oh gosh, I'm not the person to ask this. This is World of Trucks started well before I joined the company.
Really?
Yeah.
Been around a while.
So, and events had taken place prior to me coming on board as well. I'm afraid I don't have this information. When did World of Trucks online events start? I'll have to do some digging. Maybe I'll get back to you on that one.
Cool.
So what was the first event you remember doing, Gavin?
Oh, yeah.
The first event that I was involved with was a celebration with one of our partners, which was the... Gosh. Who has the blimp?
Goodyear?
Goodyear.
Yes.
It was the Goodyear. It was a celebration with Goodyear, and the first reward that we did was the Goodyear blimp, or that I was part of the process of the event. Yeah. So that was the first event that I was involved.
remember that. That's going back a little bit. It was the
that must have
rollout
been,
event.
There must have been two. Yes. And it was to celebrate. Correct me if I'm wrong. Their new tires, because they were rolling out some new tires, Yes.
Yep, and we were doing a Goodyear's Tire Pack DLC as well, which I believe
Yes.
the sooner the goal was achieved, the sooner they
one
we
saw
released the
that.
DLC. Nobody saw that, no. Benny wasn't paying attention, right? Uh-oh, I think he was.
Dude slammed his brakes on a green light.
Yeah, that was an interesting event. That was back in 2019, by the
Yeah,
way. July
2019.
31st. There you go. Let's go back a bit of time.
Yeah.
Let's go back a bit of time. Yeah,
I think I
it's been
came.
some
I
events.
think I came on board with the company in June 2019.
Going back a little bit. Of it, yeah. World of Trucks events have been going on for a little while. I think there was quite a few before that as well. I'm trying to remember back myself as well, actually. 'cause
Not
I
a whole
joined the
lot. There
company-
weren't a whole lot, but there were a few.
There were. I joined in 2018, so not too long.
Yes. Well, I
before
mean,
you,
I
so-
remember meeting you in the foyer
Well, like, hey,
on my first
speak
day.
English. I
We-
speak English. Let's go.
Yeah, I sat down and we talked. You, Oscar, and I.
That's right. That's right. Have a nice cup of tea together.
Yeah.
Or playing some pool, maybe. I think that was always a pastime we had, playing some pool in the.
Yeah, we played some
area there.
pool. They had a pool table. That's what sold me. I was
did.
like, I have to work here. Have a pool table.
I love that. We had a question about the shirts you're wearing. Someone's like, "Is that Santa on your shirt?" I don't think it is. I don't think it is Santa, but it is a very cool Louisiana themed shirt, right? That one of our artists create that gets specially
Yeah, I think
given
it's
out during the
beautiful.
releases.
Kinda looks like my
I actually haven't
dad.
seen that up close. What details are on that? It's like a trucker guy or.
Yeah.
Well, you've got the riverboat. You've got the pelican.
Oh, okay.
You've got the gator.
Mhm.
You've got a big American truck.
Jazzman.
2 American trucks. Another pelican. 2 pelicans. Or is that a pelican?
4 candles.
Yeah, and Satchmo, Louis Armstrong,
Hey,
and SES Trucker Man.
love it. I mean, he's been around for a long time. He's a legend. Legend in his own right. Absolutely. Yeah, these are given out especially to those involved in the creation of Louisiana and its event as well. So, fortunately, not available to those watching from our streams or the general public. But who knows? That was
So
a thing in the
I did a
past,
little.
but, yeah.
I did a little bit of research for the music because I was thinking. I wonder if Louisiana is where they where bluegrass came from, but I found out that it is not associated so much with Louisiana, but the Cajun music, the Cajun country music, which is really really beautiful. I like it very much.
There is Cajun bluegrass.
There is Cajun bluegrass. I'm sure there is,
Really?
but I
The
was
Balfour
asking for
Brothers.
what is the most popular or most associated with,
right.
with. That's when I was doing the research.
Okay.
Because the reason why I was trying to do that was because we had some music for the trailer for the event for Louisiana Cruising Louisiana, and I was assisting Tomasz Gazi. Find some good suitable music and he found that, and I think it was quite nice. It was quite appropriate. And I loved the different instruments, the very earthy sounding, almost like a homemade sort of instruments that they use, and I really love that kind of stuff.
Yeah, a lot of history, a lot of good music, and more as well. Do you have some more fun facts we can share on that paper, by the way? You got some?
Oh, I'm sure there are.
Please do share. I don't want them to go to waste.
So,
You put a lot of work into them.
Oh yeah, we mentioned it already, but the Mardi Gras celebration.
Oh,
Yeah, it's like the Louisiana most famous celebration, right? And it's in New Orleans, and it's an enormous event filled with parades, beats,
Music,
masks,
masks,
and centuries of tradition.
and
That's awesome.
plenty of nice things to drink, I would assume.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see how busy it gets, but everyone's having a great time out there. And I always see photos from it of people just absolutely covered head to toe in some cases in all sorts of different sizes of beads.
Well,
like from
these
small
Mardi
ones to
Gras are
huge
quite.
ones.
They're
Yeah.
such
Yeah.
amazing parties, really, aren't they? I mean, they have the big floats, and they have all the costumes, and then they have the giant almost like a giant puppet walking down the road and stuff like that. So
Huge carnival.
very, very exciting atmosphere.
I think I'm very impressed about how they clean it up so quickly after each night. They always do a good job of that. Always gets quite busy out there. But yeah, Mardi Gras. I'm sure a few people maybe in our chat has been to that before.
But
I'd
Alex,
love
have
to
you
see
ever
it.
had any Creole cooking?
A what?
Creole cooking, Creole food.
I have not. No.
I had someone when I was in America, and it was really, really delicious. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can recommend it.
Okay, I have to definitely check that out. Well, we got about 9 minutes left here of the stream, unfortunately. But are you going to try to do one more job there, Mark, or did you want to?
Yeah, I was going to try to find one to Monroe, but
Or were there some gardens that you wanted to visit or something?
I can't remember how to get there.
Aha.
Is there a quick travel to the south? It's from like south of Lafayette, yeah.
South of Lafayette?
Yeah, or one of those two.
I mean, we can do it through the magic of...
We can do. I mean, with the limited time, it might be worth doing that. Otherwise, it will take us a while to get down there.
Maybe Benny wants to show the trailer again.
Or just cut to another scene. Do we actually? Let's check it out.
Wow,
That is
what a
the
great
music.
trailer.
Oh my goodness! Wow.
From the lively rhythms of New Orleans to the tranquil beauty of Acadiana's countryside, Louisiana offers visitors a blend of natural wonder and cultural depth that feels both timeless and uniquely inviting.
I feel like the Louisiana Tourism Board owe you money, Gavin. Like, you're selling it so well here. I want to visit. I want to visit just on the voice alone. But yeah, here we are now.
I'm just going to move my seat so we can have a better point of view
Avery
of everything
Island.
going on.
And this is what I was talking about, the gardens here. It is really a beautiful spot. We got these huge trees with the moss kind of coming out of them there. Maybe some of those might be familiar from a most recent event. Maybe a similar looking tree. Maybe. I don't know. It's nice to see them in a little bit of light. I like it. They look really good. But yeah, big shout out to our vegetation team here. This is a really nice part of the map to check out if you're ever down here on a bit of an adventure. Love how green and luscious it is. And also, a very good spot to spot some wildlife down here. Some of the state animals we were talking about, like we have for some of the rewards here. You're definitely going to spot them here, that's for sure. I'm pretty sure, Mark, as you travel here on the right hand side, you're going to see some waters and some people maybe a little bit too close to that water and see some friendly residents of the gardens there.
I'm looking. Don't drive into the signpost.
Oh,
See
yeah.
a couple of them? There you go. We asked our chat when we first saw our first gator, when we asked them what should we name it, and they chose Cheeseburger.
Cheeseburger?
I was like, I don't know.
I would
I
get
don't
a
know
pair
why.
of gators and I would call them Abbott and Costello.
Caution, do not feed the
Costello.
alligators.
Costello.
Oh, it's another one.
Yeah. I also
Oh.
heard that there's another nickname for them that they call them swamp puppies.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's another nickname I've heard
Swamp puppies.
Yeah, I've heard that
for
before.
them. Yeah. The swamp puppies.
That's not a puppy
Cheeseburger
that I would
and
like to take for a walk.
No,
Oh,
not at all.
I would.
Here they are,
But they hiss, don't they, you see? There
They're
they
so
are.
cute.
right? Check them out.
Miro's there in front of us checking them out.
Yeah, he is.
Hey,
So
He's-
cute.
He's staring them
Nice.
down.
Is that Chenda in a cowboy hat?
taking a selfie. Check him out. Yeehaw.
Selfie sticks are so last decade.
I love that. I love that. Yeah, so really cool areas to check out. And of course, the wildlife isn't limited to just this area of the map. Of course, you'll find them a bit across different parts
You
of
can hear that.
Louisiana.
You can hear the wildlife. It's
Yeah.
really quite amazing.
Yeah, that's the thing I love. You can hear the frogs and everything like that. They've done a really good job of immersing it all around this area with all the swamps and everything like that. It's a little bit creepy at night. It feels a bit like a horror movie, I will say, sometimes when it's like pitch black and you just hear noises in the forest. But yeah, it is nice. There's some egrets. Check them out.
I don't think they read the sign.
No, I don't think so. No. All right.
Maybe
well,
they
as we
don't
check it
worry
out-
too much. Maybe they don't
as we
worry
check-
too much about the alligators.
Nah, maybe they're friends. Maybe
Can we
chill.
go this way? Oh, we can. Cool.
There you go. Well, chat, remember, if you're taking part in the event, make sure you're using those World of Trucks external contracts to take part in the event. And for those who are taking part for the very first time, maybe joining us for the first time on an event, worldoftrucks.com, make sure you register for an account there. It's absolutely free to do so, but it's necessary to take part in the event, as you will need to connect your profile to your World of Trucks account, which is all done, I believe, now from the profile page. When you first go into American Truck Simulator, you can connect to your profile from there when you select your profile. So make sure that you do that and that you get the little message once you've done it to say that, hey, everything's been connected, and usually it gives you a little list or the DLC which you've connected. And then from there you can grab those external contracts to then start taking part in the Cruising Louisiana event. And I gotta say, the team have done an absolutely fantastic job in terms of the rewards and the
hats
lore.
off
I
to
love
the
it.
map
It's
designers.
great.
I think they've done a superb job. And,
Yeah.
Them as well. It's all
They're
comes
always
together.
raising the bar.
They really are,
Every
yeah.
new DLC that comes out, it's the bar is always being raised. So makes life a little bit more difficult for us in the future, but I'm sure that the players appreciate it. Look at this guy.
Can I get a...
Can I get 2 number 9s and number 5 large? Bye, buddy.
He's a friendly fella.
Yeah.
So yeah, make sure you're taking part in that. Again, you have until February next year. All the rules can be found at blog.scsoft.com, at worldoftrucks.com, or on your main menu in-game. Oh, careful.
I thought I could drive over there and also order from those pelicans.
How many orders do you want to make, man?
Lots.
Look at that.
Ooh.
Wow.
Oh wow.
Look at all those chickens, man.
Look at all those.
Look at all those.
I love it. I love it. Well, chat, we got to start wrapping up things here on the stream. But we're super grateful for our guests joining us this evening, taking time out of their time after work to be with us. But it's always a pleasure. Gavin, Katja, thank you so much for being with us. I hope you've had a good time as well.
I have.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. It's always a pleasure. Lovely to see everyone in the chat, and lovely to see people enjoying the game and appreciating all the hard work from all of the development teams. Their heart and souls go into making these DLCs. A lot of passion, a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. So when we see you guys playing it, when you see you guys enjoying it, sending in your screenshots, making your videos, telling us your stories, makes it all worthwhile.
Absolutely. Chat, let's get some love and positivity and GGs in the chat for both of our guests here. I really do appreciate you. And Mark as well, thank you as well for your time this evening. Driving us around, showing us around, doing your
My
thing.
pleasure.
Thanks a lot, Mark.
Thanks. Yeah.
Good job, as usual.
Did you guys notice that you're a little bit see-through?
Are you?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Add a bit of texture to the shirt.
Benny, what are you doing? Benny.
He's slowly
Benny.
phasing you out for the end
You're
of the stream.
barely here.
Well, we are in the most haunted state in the world.
It's true. They're ghosts. Ghost hosts. There you go. Well, thank you everyone, chat as well, for being here. This is our last stream of the week, unfortunately, but we will be back next week for a couple of very special streams. So make sure you keep an eye on our socials for the announcements of those. And I believe
Sorry.
Yeah, that may be coming towards also to some of our final streams of the year. So please do not miss out on those. We'd love to have you there. If you're not following already, then please do. Well, that's pretty much all we have time for. Thank you, everyone. And, well, we'll catch you all again soon. And we hope you enjoy the rest of your evening and weekend trucking. Take care, everybody. We'll see
Thanks
you
a
later.
lot, everyone.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. See ya.